girls, today we are going to be interpreting the remainder. We've done the division, we end up with the remainder. What do we do with that? If you want to find out more information about this lesson, it is on page 170 in our math books. Alright. So, we're going to interpret the remainder in a division problem. Here's an example for us. Carrie had 194 beads. She made 8 necklaces with an equal number of beads. How many beads are in each necklace, and what does the remainder represent? So when we look at this problem, we know we have a total of 194 beads, and she makes 8 necklaces. Okay, we want to figure out the number of beads on each necklace. So our division problem becomes 194 divided by the 8 necklaces, the total number of beads divided by the number of necklaces. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and divide this problem out. Does 8 go into 1? No. Does 8 go into 19? Yes. How many times without going over? And we would say 2. I put my 2 directly above the 9. 2 times 8 is 16. I subtract, and I would get 3. I'm going to bring down the 4. How many times does 8 go into 34 without going over? And you would say 4. 4 times 8 is 32. Subtract, and you get a remainder of 2. Okay, so going back into our problem, how many beads are in each necklace? You would say we would have 24 beads in each of the 8 necklaces. And what does the remainder, this 2, represent? That remainder represents the beads left over. Okay? So they're going to walk us right through the same problem that we just solved. So we divided out 194 divided by 8. We're a little bit off on our numbers here. That's why it's a good thing that we know how to do the division. So then when we interpreted the number 2 that we had left over as our remainder, we understand that 2 means that there are 2 beads left over after we've made our 8 necklaces from the total number of 194 beads. So there are 24 beads in each necklace, and the remainder 2 is the number of beads left over. Here's another problem for us to solve. Okay, there are 232 students that need to be divided equally into 9 classrooms. How many students are in each classroom? And then how many students are left over? Okay, so if you have 232 students and you have 9 classrooms, how many students are in each classroom? Okay, so we're going to divide that problem out. I'm going to go on this. 232 divided by the number of classrooms, which is 9. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and divide. Does 9 go into 2? No. Does 9 go into 23? Yes. How many times without going over? You would say 2. 2 times 9 is 18. You subtract 23 minus 18. You have to regroup. This would become 1. This becomes 13. 13 take away 8 is 5. I'm going to bring down the 2. How many times does 9 go into 52 without going over? I know that is 5. 5 times 9 is 45. And subtract, and I know the difference between 52 and 45 is 7. So going back, and we've just solved the division problem. Now we have to interpret our answer and the remainder of 7. Okay? So how many students are in each classroom, and how many students are left over? In this case, we look at our answers, 25 students and 1 left over. We have 25 and 7 left over. We have 25 students, and then there are 7 students left over. Okay? Not sure what they're going to do with the students. Mateo wants to put 139 songs on CD. CD will hold 12 songs. How many CDs are needed? So we have 139 songs on CDs. Each CD is going to hold 12 songs. So our division problem is going to be the total number of songs divided by the number of songs per CD, which is 12. We look at this problem and we're going to divide it out. Does 12 go into 1? No. So I'm going to put my place marker there. Does 12 go into 13? Yes. How many times without going over? We would say 1. 1 times 12 is 12, and I'd subtract, and I get a difference of 1. I'm going to bring down the 9. How many times does 12 go into 19 without going over? We'd say 1 time again. 1 times 12 is 12. Subtract, and you get a remainder of 7. So, how many CDs are needed? We have 11 CDs that are filled with those 12 songs, and then we have these 7 songs left over. Okay? So, we, instead of just leaving those 12 songs unheard or not on a CD, in this case, we'd have the 11 CDs filled, and then we'd need one more CD to hold those 7 songs. So the number of CDs needed would end up being 12. We'd need 12 CDs. So in this case, we took our remainder and we rounded it up. Okay? Here they are. They're solving the problem just like we did. They got a remainder of 7. There's 7 songs left over. So another CD is needed to fill those songs. We're going to round up so that our answer would be 12 CDs to hold all of those songs. A florist has 141 flowers. She puts an equal number of flowers in 11 pots. How many flowers are in each pot, and how many flowers are left over? Okay, so we just want to fill those pots. Okay, so we're going to take and solve the division problem, the total number of flowers, 141, and to the 11 pots. She's got an equal number in each. Okay, so now our problem becomes, does 11 go into 1? No. We're going to put our marker there. Does 11 go into 14? Yes. How many times without going over? In this case, we would say 1. We put our 1 directly above that 4. 1 times 11 is 11. We subtract. 4 minus 1 is 3. And we know 1 minus 1 is 0. We're going to bring down the 1. Does 11 go into 31? We know it does. We know it goes in there 2 times because 2 times 11 is 22. Okay, you subtract and you get a difference of 9. You could regroup if you wanted to, or if you just know the difference between 31 and 22 is 9. Okay? So, we have 12 pots that are full with the 11 flowers, and then we have these 9 flowers that are left over. So now when we come back to our answers, we've got 12 pots here, but they have 8 left over. Here we have 12 pots with 9 left over. We know our answer has to be D. Okay, and that is interpreting our remainder. Thank you.